Hello, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another weekly reading vlog. Welcome back to the weekly reading vlogs. They're happening again after over a month of being in a reading slump. I am finally back with the weekly vlogs because I think I am finally reading again, and so yeah, I am back. It is Monday, April 6th, and I have actually started 2 books today because I was reading 2 books before, and I finished one on Saturday and another one yesterday. So I actually started 2 books today, and I actually have both of them physically. I mean, one I'm actually listening on audio, like I listened to it while I was going to work and like coming back, but I have the physical book anyway. And that one is The Book That Broke the World, which is the second book in the, I think, library trilogy. I think that is the title of the trilogy. I wish books have, the title of the series and the number. I mean, in this case, I know it's the second book, but I wish they had that information somewhere. And it's very pretty because the golds, shine. So this book is incredibly beautiful. And these shades of blue and teal are my favorite colors. So I love the cover of this book. It's so pretty. And so yeah, this is the second book in that series. So yeah, like I said, I started this morning. I'm not very far in, but I will hopefully make some progress. The goal is definitely to finish it this week, and I'm not gonna talk about it right now because I would have to talk about the first book and not this one. And since I'm not very far into this one, I don't have much to say. And also I'm kind of confused because we're following the main characters from the first book, especially one of them, but also following another character, and I'm still trying to fully figure out how they are connecting to everything else. So yeah, I'm gonna read a bit more before I talk about this, but yeah, this is one of the books. And the other is Iron Gold, which is the fourth book in the Red Rising series and the first book after the initial trilogy. So after the time jump, which I think has been 10 years. This is the book, and I am very not far into it. I just read a little bit after I got home from work, and I got to page 34, chapter 5. So yeah, that's it. But the 34 pages that I read, I really enjoyed, and I am really excited to be back in this world. Although I am not ready to see these characters suffering again, but at the same time, I am ready to be back with them, and I'm already really happy to be back with them because we have already reunited with the whole crew, and it was really, really cute, and I love to be back with them. Yeah, this one I don't think I will be finishing this week. That is at least not, my goal. At least and not it's not the goal to finish it this week. If I do, great, but I don't think that I will. Not am I planning to. Also, in this one, I have read the first book a long time ago, and I remembered some of the big things, but I didn't remember the details, and actually I didn't remember the very end. And I was gonna look up a spoilery review, but then I saw that there is a summary of the first book here. It says the story so far, which was great. It's fantastic. I love when books do this because I have a terrible memory. So that was great. I just want to point it out because I love to know that there it is there. And yeah, that's it. During the week I have no plans other than just work normally, but on the weekend I am actually gonna be hanging out with my bestie because there is for a month in this city near my hometown, which is where she and I went to college. There is I guess it's a sort of carnival that lasts for a month, and we always go there because I've always gone there my whole life because it is near my hometown, but we started going together after we met in college. So now every year we go together, and so we are gonna go there on Saturday, and then she's gonna sleep over at my parents' house. And yeah, those are my plans for this week. I am very excited. I think actually it's gonna be raining that day, which is really sad, especially because the last maybe 2 weeks, not sure if 2 full weeks, but lately the weather has been very warm and even today, like it was very, very hot during the day, but then like towards I think it was like 5-ish when it started raining, and I think it's gonna rain for like the next 2 days. And then Thursday and Friday is gonna be very hot and very sunny again, and then Saturday is gonna rain again, which just sucks, but it is what it is, I guess. So yeah, it is like most of the carnival is outside, so you know that is not great. But there's like a small part of it that is inside, but you know the like attractions are outside, so we would spend a lot of time outside usually, and I hope we still do manage to spend some time outside and it's not like raining the whole day. But anyway, that is I think all that I had to say for this intro, and I'm very happy to be back to filming the weekly vlogs because I actually missed it. And yeah, welcome to the vlog. Hello, so it is Thursday and I just finished filming like my last update and like intro and outro and stuff for the video for Words of Radiance, and I think I was talking for like 17 minutes or something crazy like that because you know just there's so much happening in this book that I had a lot to say clearly. And yeah, I do need to like I'm filming it today instead of during the weekend because I do have plans during the weekend, so it would be hard to film and edit all of this, you know, during the weekend. How many times can I say during the weekend? And so yeah, I just filmed this and I will probably edit it like tomorrow night, not tonight, because I just don't want to. That's it. There's no like excuse, I just don't want to. But yeah, in terms of the books that I am reading this week, because Words of Radiance I finished last Sunday. So books that I'm reading this week, which are both of these, I finished one and I made not much progress in the other. And shockingly, the one I finished is the one that I didn't really enjoy, and the one that I made little progress is the one that I am actually enjoying. But that's because like the one that I did make little progress was Iron Gold. I only got to page 95, so you know, not that much progress. But like I am really enjoying this, but this one I'm only reading physically, so I'm just like, you know, sitting down and reading it because I want to annotate. And the book that broke the world, I am like sometimes reading the physical book, but also sometimes just like listening to the audiobook while doing other things because I was not annotating it. So I finished it. And well, first of all, let's talk about the series, I guess, and give a synopsis for it. Although the synopsis for it is always hard for me to explain because, like, the big thing about the first book is, like, that there is, you know, a whole mystery, and, like, the reveal of the mystery is, like, the most interesting, like, the, you know, mind-blowing, cool part about the book. But the first book is called The Book That Wouldn't Burn, and this is the library trilogy, and we are following two main characters in the first book, and we have Levira and we have Ivar. And so Levira is living in the desert basically, and she one day is like taken, like she and a bunch of her people are like taken from their home in the desert, and they are taken by soldiers to a city. And when like after they get to the city, they are like allocated to different jobs, and one of the soldiers actually takes Levira to the library where she will be like an apprentice. And with Ivar, like basically he's lived his whole life, he's like maybe 20-ish, maybe a little younger, in a library, like almost his entire life in a library that seems to be like infinite, never ending. And so he and his siblings were just like thrown into the library through a machine that exists there, and they have been like stuck there. There is no way out. There are like no other people. There are like two assistants that are working in the library, and they assistants are kind of like robots ish, not really, but kind of. They're not like human, you know. And they basically helped like raise Ivar and his siblings while they were growing up, and now that they are, you know, more grown, they're just company, and like they teach him things. And we see, you know, his life. We actually start following him when he's already like 20-ish, whatever age he is. And Levira, we see her like through many years. We see her like journey in the library. And when we are following Levira, like in the beginning, she talks about like some creatures that like attack their people sometimes, and they're called the Kenneth. And with Ivar, they also do mention that word, so there was like that connection there from the beginning. And like there is a whole mystery of how like everything is connected, and yeah, like that's the whole like fun part of that book. And I really did like the first book. I really like the characters. I really liked the reveal. I thought it was really great. Like I wish it had been a little faster paced, but overall I really enjoyed it. And this one I didn't, and I just feel like the vibe of this book was so different from the vibe of the first one. I don't know why exactly, but there were already a lot of characters that we were following in the first book, because we have Levira and like everyone around her, and then Ivar and everyone around him. And now there are like more main characters, like POV characters being introduced, and like everyone around them as well. And I feel like not only did I not care about the new characters introduced, I started to care less about the ones that I already knew from the first book. And even like the plot, like in the first book, like I was hooked. I really needed to know what was going to happen next, and like what the reveal of the mystery was going to be. And in this one, like it was okay. I didn't dislike it, but I definitely wasn't like nearly as invested. And you know, many times I was kind of bored, and yeah, I don't know why it didn't work for me as well as the first book, but it certainly didn't. And again, I didn't hate it. I didn't even like, you know, dislike it that much. It was just, I didn't love it, and I expected to love it. And I think I'm giving it 3 stars, which again, not terrible, just, you know, didn't love it. Although I absolutely love the cover. Like this book is, like for me, for someone who absolutely loves these colors, like this is one of the most beautiful books that I have. So yeah. But didn't love it. And this might not make a lot of sense, but I think I'm actually gonna read the third and last book like now, right after this one, because I feel like if I don't read it now, since I didn't really like it, I'm never gonna read it. And I don't want to have unfinished series, especially like if I have one book left, and if I think I'm not gonna read it anytime soon, I don't want that. I do not want that. So I think I'm just gonna, you know, kind of like get it over with, which sounds terrible, but that is kind of what I'm gonna do. So yeah, I think I'm actually gonna read the third, which I think is called The Book That Held Her Heart. And yeah, hopefully I like it more than this one. Although I think there are even more characters that are gonna be introduced, which, you know, is normal in book series. That is usually how it goes. But yeah, I think everything's gonna get like even bigger, and I don't know if I'm gonna love that. I feel like I won't, if this one is anything to go by. But yeah, that's that book. And then like I said, I am only on page 95 of Iron Gold, which is the 4th book in the Red Rising saga. And this one I'm really liking, and we also got introduced to some new characters, and in this case I am liking them. I still like we are getting more POVs now, because in the first 3 books we only got POVs from the main character, and now, at least so far, we've gotten 4. I don't know if we're gonna get more, but we have like the main character, and then a new character that like have never appeared or we mentioned, at least that I remember, And we have a character that had not appeared but had been mentioned. And then we have a character that had appeared but was not, like, it didn't have their POV, and now they do. And I definitely do like the main character's POV the most, at least so far, but it's probably because I'm more attached to him. And also, like, his plots, at least so far, is the one that seems the most interesting. Like, his and the one from the character that we already knew, they were either more like action packed or they were more like plot heavy. So maybe that's also why I like those the most. But yeah, I am definitely enjoying it, but sadly I am not very far in. But you know, what I've read, I have definitely enjoyed. And yeah, those are my reading updates. And today in the morning I was at the biobank, which was actually like pretty okay. It was pretty chill. We did not have too many samples, so it was fine actually. I'm always like scared of going to the biobank because you never know how bad it's gonna be, but it was okay. It was fine. It was, you know, not the best time of my life because I don't love being there. I'd rather be doing other things, but it was okay. It was fine. And yeah, then in the afternoon I was just doing my own lab work, which I enjoyed much more. And yeah, so today is Thursday, so tomorrow I am going back to my parents' house, and like I said, I want to edit the Words of Radiance video tomorrow night. And I think I have like probably so much footage of it because every single one of my updates was so long because there was like so much to say every time. And there were, I think, 5 updates because I did one for every part, and I'm pretty sure there were 5 parts. Were there? Now I'm confused. There were indeed 5 parts. So yeah, I will have a lot of work to do on that video. And yeah, that's it, I think. So like I said, I'm going to read the book that held her heart. I am hopefully gonna make some progress in Iron Gold. And that is it, I think. And I will talk to you either tomorrow night, although I'm not sure I will have that much to say tomorrow night, or like Saturday early-ish. Okay, so it is actually Monday and I'm here to wrap up this vlog because I obviously did not update you during the weekend or Friday, because Friday, like, I was so tired, and then like my parents went to sleep and I didn't want to, be speaking very loud to wake them up. So I ended up not filming. And then on Saturday, I didn't really have time before I had to go meet my friend. And then my friend was there like until Sunday night. So like yesterday night. So yeah, and I didn't want to be filming while she was there. So that's why I'm here now. But I have updates and like reading updates and just general updates. So like on Friday, in the morning, I picked up my glasses to put them on my face, and like I grabbed them, and this, I don't know how you say this in English actually, fell off. So I couldn't wear my glasses to work, which like is fine to work because like I can see things up close well. So like I could work, I could read, even though like if I read for a long time without glasses, like my eyes get really tired. Like I can read like well, it's not blurry. I can do my lab stuff well, like it's not blurry. But it's like weird to see like, the stuff, like everything in the distance kind of blurry, and like people's faces if they're like far away blurry. So like, it was okay, but it was weird. And like, I don't use my glasses 24/7, but I don't know, at work, not having my glasses at work specifically felt very weird. And so like after I went like, you know, on the train back to meet my parents, we went to the place like where I bought them, and they literally fixed it in like 2 minutes. So that was great. But yeah, I did not have glasses on Friday. And then I honestly, I don't know where I was in terms of iron gold when I last told you, but I either made no progress or I made very little progress, I think. But I got to page 113, so there's that. But I am really enjoying it. I'm going slowly, but I am having a good time. And on Saturday, I finished the book that held her heart, which was the third and last book in the library trilogy. And I actually finished it while I went on my run, and I never run like in the morning. I mean, it wasn't really morning, it was like 12:30, so it wasn't morning, but like I usually run like during the cold weather months. I run at like 4, 5, 6 at most, and during summer I run at like 8, 9 p.m. because it's, you know, it's very hot during the day. But since I was gonna meet my friend, I had to run before I had to meet her, you know, obviously. So I actually went on my run at like 12:30, and it was a 1 hour run. So I had about like 1 hour left of the audiobook at the speed that I listened to. So I finished listening to it while I was on my run. So I finished that book, and it was okay. I think I had already finished this one when I last told to you. And basically like the way I felt about that one is the same way I felt about this one, which is like, it was fine. I didn't really, like, I wasn't that invested in anything or really anyone. Like, I enjoyed that we got to learn more about like the world of this book in general, like the library and like the war that was at the center of all of it, and also like the book that was at the center of the whole story as well. Like, I enjoyed that, but overall, like, it was just okay. I was not that interested or invested in anything. And like, there was a character introduced in this last book that like I would never see that coming, but yeah, that character appeared, and yeah, that was a choice for sure. And yeah, it was fine. I did enjoy the last, like, maybe, I don't know in terms of pages because I was listening to the audiobook at the end, but maybe like the last 40 minutes that I listened to, which I do listen at 3 times speed, so like 2 hours in the normal speed. I did enjoy that, which would be maybe like last 80-ish pages, which was like, you know, there was more action, there were more things happening, so like I was more invested in that, but still, it was just okay, and I am giving it 3 stars, which is what I gave this one. And then while I was on the bus to go with my friend, I decided to start another book, and I started Dig, and I got 26% in actually. And this is a horror book, and I read like a couple actually. I think only 2. There are other in my TBR. I think I read 2 other books by this author before, and I enjoyed both of them. One more than the other, but I enjoyed both. And so this is like his newest book, and so I wanted to read it. And obviously I'm not very far in, but basically like there is an unexpected death basically at the beginning of the book, and some characters like go back to their hometown in an island, and like some years ago, I think 8 years ago, maybe 10, I'm not entirely sure, a few years ago, there was this kid that killed a bunch of people, and like some of the characters that we are seeing are like connected to that kid. And now after this unexpected death, people in the island have like this compulsion to just dig, and they are just like digging everything, and that is like starting a lot of violence. And again, I'm not very far in, but I am definitely enjoying it. It has a very like unsettling feeling about it, which is like what I was wanting from it, and so I'm really enjoying that. And yeah, having a good time. The cover is creepy in the best way possible, and also there are bees on the cover because there's like a whole thing about honey as well. So yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'm definitely having a good time. And I also had a great time on Saturday and Sunday with my friend. We went to like the carnival thingy. We ate a lot. We went on like the bumper cars. We played a few things. We walked around. Then my parents met with us to like for dinner, and then they like brought us home with them. And like we had a good time, but it was so cold. It was the coldest. Like I was the coldest I've been this whole year. Cause like it wasn't just the cold, cause like it was cold, but you know, not the coldest that has been, obviously. But it was so windy. In like my hometown, the whole like district of my hometown is very windy. But like that night, Saturday night, that was insane. It was like insanely windy. It was like, cause like a few minutes ago I was telling my friend like today is also very cold, because like, today is actually very cold, and she was like as cold as Saturday, because like that is now my new standard. I was like, okay, not that cold, because like I'm not outside, so you know it's not windy in my house. But yeah, it was so cold. We were like shivering on our way to the car. It was crazy. Like most of the carnival thingy is like outside, so it was very 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 cold. Luckily like the food area, like it is outside, but like this year they had a different disposition for things, and like was covered. There was like a part of it that like had like the wind was so strong that part of it was torn off, but like it was still okay. Like it was not really cold there, because like the wind couldn't get to where we were, because we were like at the center ish, so like it was fine. But like other than that, it was freezing. But yeah, my friend and I were there from like 4 something to 10-ish, I think. And yeah, then we went home and we went down like a rabbit hole of like recipes, like dessert recipes on Instagram, like for hours. I don't even know. Then we watched some YouTube, and then we went to sleep. And yesterday I made pancakes from like the recipe, one of the recipes that we saw like during the night. And they were really good actually, because I've been trying to figure out a new recipe for pancakes, because like the pancake mix that I used to buy, like they don't really sell it anymore here. And when I say here, I mean in like anywhere in Portugal that I've looked. So I did a new recipe, and I tried one a few weeks ago, and it was good, but it had buttermilk, which I know is like a common thing of pancakes, but it's not very easy to buy here. Again, they barely sell it anywhere. So, you know, they were good, but they are hard to make because it's very hard to find buttermilk. So I was looking for a new recipe, and the guy that we were seeing the recipes from, they had one with yogurt. And so I tried those ones with yogurt, and they were really good. So I think that is going to be my new go-to pancake recipe. I've clearly digressed into pancakes somehow. But yeah, we just spent the rest of the day just like chilling, and then we got back to our respective houses last night, and I am now here. And I think that is all that I have to tell you, because I've been talking for way too long, to be honest. So let's just wrap up what I actually read. So I read The Book That Broke the World, and the book, Jesus, I can't speak, that held her heart. I started Iron Gold, and I started Dig, and I read 946 pages, which I am very happy with, especially from someone like coming out of a reading slump. I am extremely happy with this amount of pages. And well, the 2 fantasies I didn't love, but I also didn't dislike, like they were okay. And Iron Gold and Dig I am definitely enjoying more, so I'm also happy about that. And yeah, that is everything for this weekly reading vlog. So thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you have enjoyed it, and if you did, give it a like and subscribe, and I will talk to you next time. Bye!